gaining cryptos of the entire year, and what is on that list, what belongs on that list, and what is going to happen now. Is it going to be all meme coins? Is it Bitcoin and a bunch of Bitcoin wannabes? We're going to be looking at this. We're going to be breaking it down, and we're going to say, hey, what is going to happen for the next 7 months, next 5 months? Can these continue to be the top gainers for the rest of the year? Or is there a big dump and there's other coins time to shine? We're going to be looking at all those. Plus, the markets. What is going on with Bitcoin? What is going on with everything? And today's show, of course, powered by Arculus. Big shout out to the cold storage solution that is everything that you need. But first, let's just look here. You got Bitcoin down 3.6%. We are now pulling back. We are at $67,000. Everybody thought the pump was here and the pump was real. And you can see, a nice little dump. Got down to a new level, a pump to the previous level, and now we have since dumped back down to the new low, everybody. But the other coins performing even worse. Ethereum is down 4.2%. We have fallen below the $3,500 level. That was crucial. Solana is now down 7%, folks. XRP holding better than almost all its peers. XRP is only down 2.4%. Toncoin moving up. It is up 3.6%, while Cardano is down about the same, 3.5%. Shiba Inu looking down. It is down 7.1%, down 16% for the week here. But what are the biggest losers? What are the biggest gainers? We see Litecoin holding on strong here. Nick, what do you feel about Litecoin being a good performing asset today?
Told you.
Told you.
We have talked about the Litecoin ETF and the possibilities. And, I was in a space. It was a snake space. This is a Cardano meme coin space. And then someone brought up, Litecoin, you look at Litecoin's value compared to Bitcoin, and they brought up, there's 4 Litecoin for every 1 Bitcoin. They're saying it's very, very undervalued at these levels. I do expect a lot of retail to, maybe mimic and parrot some of those feelings. If we look, is there anything that's pumping? Is it going to be stable coins just up here at the top because it's flat? It is. Toncoin is the only coin that is in the green. And then after that, literally stable coins because those coins are flat. And you have Litecoin outperforming DAI. DAI is down 0.5%. We don't want to see that. Tron is also performing pretty decent. But look at Brett. Look at Bonk. Look at Floki. Look at Whiff. Look at Pepe. The 4 meme coins as the biggest losers right here. And then we have Ordi. Josh, what is your feeling about this meme coin washout? Are all the coins going to Andrew Tate coins?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think they're just simply following Ethereum's price action and the market conditions here. I mean, they're all paired to Ethereum. So Ethereum struggling and getting a little bit of some heat. You're going to see some profits being taken. But, from Andrew Tate's perspective, yeah, I would say be cautious out there with those Tate tokens, guys. Like, if you don't think he's making money off those, he's making money off those. So, they're going to be pumping. They're the move right now. I saw religion tokens starting to pump as well here. But meme coins are the game. And so it's kind of like a hot potato. With a lot of these celebrity projects, they're going to be like, hey, hop into these ones. And people are going to take profits, move it into the next one. Take profits, move it into the next one. And it becomes this just giant circle of the same traders just hot potatoing it back and forth.
Speaking of celebrity tokens, we got Dog, which may or may not be related to Dog the Bounty Hunter. It isn't. Dog is not on the top gainers because it is ranked 114. If we look at the top gainers and losers, it only has the top 100. But I do think Dog is it becomes easier and easier to buy. Will crack into the top 100 right there.
I do want to say Duke's up though 14%, so maybe we should be the top mover in 24 hours.
Duke now is Duke going to be? So I saw Duke on CoinGecko. It looks like some of the info is still lacking. You still we don't have the logo.
Yeah,
there.
They said they updated it, and there's where's our logo, CoinGecko? Where's our logo? Also, they put Duke instead of Shuba Dookie. The whole token's called Shuba Dookie. So a little bit mad at CoinGecko, but I'm not worried. The community is so strong. We're going to make them regret it. They're going to be forced to do all this stuff.
Make them
they're going to be like, we're going to be at such a high market cap. People are going to be like, yo, what are you doing, CoinGecko? Are you like CoinMarketCap? Because CoinMarketCap, what is that black market? Holy smokes. $10,000 to get listed on CoinMarketCap. They're little middlemen guys. They're like they're like trolls under a bridge, and they're like, if you want to get listed, you got to give us $10,000 to $12,000, and it's going to take 10 to 15 business days. I'm like,
that's 3 weeks.
Fuck yourself, dude.
$10,000 and 3 weeks to get listed.
Yeah, I'm like, and they're over here just like they're listing any single shit coin possible. and just like pumping and dumping the markets. And like the first like 100% fair launch, true value, community driven, they're like, we want 10K. It's gross. It's gross.
Oh man,
I'm calling you out, Coin Market Cap.
Coin Market Cap, you guys got to step it up. All right, Duke to the moon. I'm rooting for the Duke community. Obviously, I wish I had more. Wish I bought more, but that is just crypto, everybody. But yeah, the meme coins are falling and the meme coins are dying. But let's look. It's your favorite website, Josh, where they cut you off on the top.
Such a great
12-month crypto gainers. These are the best gainers of the past 12 months. Meme coins taking 7 of the top 10 spots. Before we look at the top 10 coins of the past 12 months, 7 out of 10. Now, are you surprised by that? Is that a good thing? Is this a bad thing for crypto? I lean towards this is maybe too high. I say meme coin should maybe only be 2 out of the top 10. Seeing 7 out of the top 10 is maybe a little bit of a cause of concern here.
I think it's just completely normal in these markets, man. I mean, I think you could have 9 out of 10. It could be, besides Bitcoin, 9 be the top 10 projects. We're in a society right now where people are exhausted. It's very clear on the diversion that's taken place between the 99% and the 1%. It is now the 99.9 versus the 0.1%. And when you get to levels of this like discrepancy in our markets, you're going to have traders like really start giving up on everything that is traditional. And so memes are this new form of culture and identity that people are like attaching themselves to. And dude, like my mind and perspective on meme coins have shifted so much because there is a lot. Yes, there's 95% of it is complete BS. It's other scams. It's celebrities that are trying to take advantage of their communities. But there is a percentage of it that it's like these people like just actually identify with this culture and these like 100% no utility entertainment purposes on tokens. They're creating their own. This is the next generation of sports betting. This is the next generation of, not, I want to say necessarily even speculative gambling, but it is on a lot of different ranges. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Well, speaking of speculative gamble here, one of the top gainers, Trump. Trump is actually one of the top 10. Now that's a big gamble because, what is that going to do? Determining whether is he winning or losing, is that going to pump or dump the price? It's going to be interesting to watch. I think if he loses, it does have to go down. But over the past 12 months, Bitcoin has appreciated more than 168% against the dollar, a notable performance compared to other asset classes. However, 7 of the top 10 gainers have been meme coins, with Trump, with Boom, Book of Memes, Bonk, Mog, and Turbo leading the charge. And Turbo, a lot of that pump is just within the last 30 days. Could you pull up Turbo? Because the Turbo community has been celebrating some wins in the past fortnight here. But meme coins dominating the crypto market performances. Trump and Whiff kind of leading the way here. What does Turbo look like? I know we got some Turbo holders in chat
right now. Peaked all the way in May 28th. So it's down quite a bit right now. But this is the first, I believe, meme coin launched with like Chat GPT. So it's a completely AI generated project. And if I go to the website here, the little turtle guy, blue or red here, a meme coin made by AI for the people. So that's where they got their name. They're the first to be launched by, here it is, Chat GPT 4 with a simple challenge: create the next great meme coin, starting with a budget of just $69.
I mean, that's kind of cool for the culture. What happens if you take both pills?
Also, is the monthly subscription included in that $69?
I don't know.
I think they're lying to us. I think it's at least $75.
Okay. Hey, who's controlling the X account?
I don't know.
All right. Nicole with the 20X on the MAGA. All right. A lot of people now thoughts on GME. We're going to be looking at this is on the list as well. So Bitcoin, ETH, they had gains of 168%, 109%, but it was the meme coins that truly captured the spotlight here. MAGA, aka Trump, emerged as the top performer. MAGA is the best performing coin. Now, you got to be a certain size to qualify for this list. MAGA is up 122,000% over the past 365 days. So hit that like button if you're holding some MAGA, or if you think maybe he can be number 47 here. With claiming second place, it exceeded 58,000% there. I know we had BJ got a good, I don't know when he got in on Whiff, but he got a good one off that. Boom saw an increase of 17,000%. Bonk appreciated 10,000% against the dollar. Number 5, we got Mog. Hit that like button if you got the Pit Vipers. They climbed 8,000%. Turbo, 4,900%. And then we have how do you say AOS?
Down 22% today.
Ohm is down, ABT, and Pepe also getting some good gains there.
Is this the death of meme coins we're watching right now? Mog down 22% today.
Now,
3 months down. Well, yeah, it's taking quite the beater right now.
Yeah, it is down. I mean, just like those things can gain 8,000%, they can lose 80% very, very quickly. You know, with the fast rise comes a fast fall a lot of the times here. Now, conversely, some coins, let's just say it sucked. Some coins sucked a big fat egg these past 12 months. Wormhole token W, despite its recent launch, it fell 59%, was the biggest losers. Rocket Pool's RPL token dropped 51%. And pour one out for DZ here. Ape decreased more than 49%. To complete the top 5, DYDX and Curve. And yes, we're going to talk about Curve later. The founder was liquidated. Did you see about the Curve founder getting liquidated?
I did not.
Massive amounts of money. He was the number one user of his protocol, and he had a loan out in Curve, and Curve fell below a certain percent. I think it fell about 40% over the past week. He got liquidated a massive amount. We're going to cover that story. It is huge. Other notable decliners, we have Casper, Kava, GMX, and Pixel and FXS. The past year underscores a clear trend. Meme coins not only capture the imagination, but command significant momentum. And while traditional assets like Bitcoin and ETH post some respectable gains, the eye-popping surges in the meme coin values highlight a diverging path where humor and novelty have increasingly swayed dynamics. Now, meme coins, can this happen 2 years in a row? Can this happen for the next 12 months? Will we see more than half being meme coins, Josh? What's your prediction there?
For top gainers.
Yes.
Yeah. So my prediction over the next 6 months is, I'm going to put out another video on this, but I think we have till, for me, I'm going to be looking to take massive profits sometime around September. Because when we look historically at our interest rates and the Fed fund rates, when they decide to actually pivot, that's when you tend to see an actual downside in that market. Now, we might see the Feds pivot and see something similar to the year 2000 with the dot-com bubble,
2000.
where the Feds actually raised interest rates, kept them paused, reduced interest rates, but then had to re-raise interest rates, and it caused actually a second rally, which could happen theoretically into 2025. So for me right now, I think right now markets are just a little bit wobbly. They don't know what exactly is happening. Everything's happening based off a major news event. We need a couple more data reports to come out that are going to show the economy is still strong effectively. I do think we're going to see some more upside moving at least towards September. Now, what I'd be most paying attention to right now is going to be the housing market. That could really, really affect us. There's a lot of very bad things that are being built up from the insurance companies, guys. Insurance is the biggest scam in the world, and they're honestly the reason why the majority of the crashes actually occur. But with that said, I do think meme coins are going to have, a lot of run over the next 3 to 4 months. I don't think it's exhausted yet. I personally don't believe it's exhausted yet, and I personally don't believe we'll see an economic downfall or crash.
I have a question. So, housing crises, it's when it falls like 20, 30%. That's a crisis. It's not Bitcoin. It's not your meme coin that falls, 88% or 95% in the bear market. Housing falling 20% will have the real estate agents running for the hills. Oh, it's over. Everyone's underwater. Why? Mostly because of the mortgage payment month after month. And you're looking at it, you're like, God, I owe $200,000 on this loan, and my home's value is only $170,000. And then people just walk away from loans, and then it creates even more and more cascading movement to the downside. So with the housing market crashing right now, can that happen again in our period of insane inflation? So when we have 2% target inflation and then housing crashes 20%, that means the actual value, I'm rounding here, but fell 18% roughly. It didn't fall 20% because of inflation. What about when you have inflation that's 10, 15% a year? Can there be a 20%, 30% housing crash?
So, I'm not the real estate expert. This is going to come from people that have literally hundreds of millions of dollars in property that I'm friends with, that help mentor, etc.
Get Sam to ask Cardone.
I should ask Cardone, but it's not even from Cardone. This is from another friend here who pretty much was talking about the inventory rising. There's a lot of inventory starting to actually increase on the market. And generally, when you start to see that surplus, the last time they saw the equivalence between this and the insurance was like 2006, 2007, before the bubble. So there's signs right now that a crash could come and things need to start changing. For example, you can use Florida, for example. There's a lot of people moving to Florida right now. However, when you actually look at properties in like Sarasota or in Tampa Bay, et cetera, some of these houses have been on the market for a very, very, very long time. So when you get to the point where these people can no longer, they're being pushed out, right? So at the same time, well, yeah, cool, people are moving here. There's still more inventory than people are actually moving into those homes. These people can't sell their properties, even though they can't afford them anymore, and they're being forced to move elsewhere. You create this surplus where they can't sell their properties. You start getting foreclosures, et cetera, yada, yada, and it causes this death spiral. Now, I don't know if that's a year from now, but I do have a lot of realtor friends, and somebody in the chat here you might be in real estate, you might be seeing this actually take place right now. So I don't see it where the, I don't think it's going to happen this year at all. But I do have a lot of realtor buddies that are like, yeah, look, it's maybe not in the next 3 months, but 2025, we have to really pay attention to a lot of these data points because there's a lot of data coming in right now that are showing cracks in what could be at least a pullback in these markets. So.
As Gary says, when you have a loan that is worth more than the asset, so you owe $500,000 on your house, but your house is only worth $400K, that is called underwater. And there's other homes in Florida underwater right now. They're experiencing severe flooding.
And that's the problem. So the hurricane and the flooding, they're not even offering that to like the majority of your hurricane insurance. That's not even possible anymore.
Yeah. You don't get flood.
You have to, if you want to sell your house, you also have to go through a third-party insurance company now that's going to force you to pay a premium on top of that insurance, which just costs, you can't afford it. A lot of people can't afford it. These are the things that we're seeing. So if you want to blame anyone, blame the insurance companies. But again, I'm not someone that thinks we're going to see any pullback before presidential elections. You just haven't seen that historically. And if you look at when the feds pivot, right, we're going to have a video dropping out on this soon. It's traditionally like go to 1963, go to, I think it's also 1983 or 1981. I got to go look at the exact dates again. The year 2000. When we look at when we actually pivoted, it's when Republicans or Democrats are switching parties, which is very interesting to look at. So that means that a lot of these markets and these fund rates, whether or not they're supposed to be a private institution, it is very much utilized as a political football. So I don't think we're going to see that downside here in the coming days.
All right. And I just want to share some of this footage out of Florida. It really is insane. This is all current. This is all about the past 24 hours. This is the flooding that's happening off of Miami right now. A lot of homes underwater, literally, figuratively, and it's not the submarine's fault, everybody. I had to get a submarine comment in. All right. Now, looking here now, there's some more stuff with meme coins that I want to look at. This is Mike Novogratz. Meme coins. Mike Novogratz famously has the tattoo of Terra Luna, Galaxy Digital. Whether or not you're a fan of meme coins, they become a cornerstone of the crypto economy. In today's market, they're one of the most powerful narratives out there. At Galaxy, we estimate meme coins on permissionless blockchains have an aggregate market cap of more than $60 billion. I'm not going to cover that. I wanted to cover his quote tweet, though. Time for a diet, more exercise, and to dock the editor and cameraman for putting out this video. Bad angle? Bloating? Funny posture? Or just overweight? The future starts now. I like that he's based here. He motivated to get into better shape.
Yeah, he is.
So Mike Novogratz, saying this is a serious guy that serious money listens to, and this serious guy is saying, quote unquote serious. Anybody who buys Terra Luna, but a lot of big money, institutional money, are gonna be open and receptive to meme coins. Why? Because other people are buying them. They're going to see the gains of MAGA. They're going to see the gains of Pepe, MOG, all these meme coins, Doge. They're going to say, I guess it's something real. I guess there's a real asset here. And, maybe it's not as big a bubble as I thought. Is it a bubble? Yes. But can that bubble get a lot bigger than people suspected? Also, yes. Bubbles. I didn't plan this, folks, maybe subconsciously. Speaking of bubbles, Bubble Maps alleges insider trading in the meme coins promoted by Andrew Tate and Iggy Azalea. Now, there's no... it's just circumstantial here, and there's no hey, we know it was Iggy dumping, we know it was Andrew or Tristan dumping here, but it definitely looks like there's some insiders. So despite evidence of wallets purchased significant amounts before and after the respective launches, or not before, but before they started promoting it, there's no evidence linking them to Tate or Azalea. And so purchasing significant amounts of the tokens during and before their launches, no evidence here. Andrew Tate, his is the daddy coin. Looks like there's some insiders. They purchased 30% of the supply at launch, accumulating over 40. It's a lot more than that now, accumulating millions of dollars worth across 21 wallets. And then on June 9th, a transaction transferred 40% of the supply to Andrew Tate's wallet before he began promoting the coin on social media. He publicly stated he's not going to sell the tokens, and he actually said he's going to burn $100 million. Now, Josh.
Yes.
Andrew Tate, his wallet, it hits $100 million. Mm-hmm. Is he going to burn it, or is he going to sell and say, ha, 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 I scammed you all?
I scammed you? No, I don't think he'll do that.
So you think he's going to burn $100 million? He's going to light $100 million on fire?
Why not? Yeah, I think so.
I think he will too.
I think, and that's because, but I'm not going to give him the full benefit. And we could happily talk on his podcast about this. But I mean, also there is a lot of the tokens that he might be putting out on Twitter. And before he puts out tweets, there's miraculously wallets that are picking up 20, 30% of these supplies before they actually push them out. So cool. Yes, they are burning also hundreds of millions, but I would not be, do not be fooled that for a second, he's not making money off these meme coins on the back end. So I would say double-edged sword there. But it's genius marketing. So if you guys want to learn how to market, dude, Andrew Tate's one of those people that know how to market very,
hey,
very,
let me play
very
the other side. Let me play the devil's advocate here. He wouldn't get $100 million if he tried to sell $100 million. There'd be a price impact. Maybe valued $100 million, but then when he goes and hits a sell, Daddy has a lot of liquidity now. But yeah, a couple days ago, it would have turned into 5. But now it's, I mean, he's definitely going to lose 20, 30, 40% just immediately out the gate. And so the 100 million would, quote unquote, only be 60 million. But yeah, I still think he's going to burn $100 million.
I think he'll burn it because Andrew Tate is such a strong figure. He could literally just tweet out, send ETH to this address. That's all he has to tweet out. And people will send him literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So yeah, I think he's going to straight up just burn it.
Is the Duke community going to send him, 5% or anything?
No. Why? No. Maybe, I don't know. Should Duke, guys, should we send him some? I don't think we need to. It's also, if you notice all the tokens that he's talking about, they're all himself. It's not like Duke Tate.
Now, Nick, what are your thoughts now? He's saying he's burning it, so everybody wins, but he loses. Then there's the other side. Well, he's just marketing to, sell more monthly subscriptions to his service. Well, what are your thoughts on it, Nick?
My thoughts are he was out of the news cycle for a long time, and this is a great way to get back in. So yeah, he's going to keep
genius.
He's going to keep the conversation going as long as he can.
Look, he says it. He's like, crypto's for dorks. He's just playing into his character, and it's great. It's fantastic. And I think that no matter what, this just goes to show he is bringing a lot of people to the crypto community. So the fact that he's coming in, even Tristan Tate's commenting on it, and that these brothers are just geniuses when it comes to marketing. But he's like, dude, you've been in this too long. Now there's some skinny dudes trying to fight you. It's Ansem and stuff. Yeah. That's not what he said, by the way. If you guys want to see what he says, you got to look it up.
It's a lot harsher.
They're being very harsh, and it's creating this really strong entertainment. It's making a name on. I guarantee you, their university has skyrocketed in numbers over the days because they're probably also doing calls within the university. So just genius marketing tactics, to be honest.
Should we join?
Should we join it? No, but they were already talking about me in there. They were trashing on my liquidation charts. One of the professors. They were like, this kid doesn't know what he's talking about. If it goes up a little bit, there's more liquidations that are opened up beneath it. I'm like, yeah, it's how buying.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Is that how buying and selling works?
Yeah, it's how sell walls and created.
I always put the $72,000 thing. He quote tweeted it, and he's like, this idiot doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, I literally said there's that many liquidations if we go to that range. Is that true or not? True.
And it's a snapshot in time. You're looking at a certain block right now. There's $11 million. Like, well, the price moves $1,000. It changes.
I was like,
no shit, Sherlock. Excuse my language.
I was like, man, that is why we're paying for that university. Thank you. It's like
saying, man, if you had a 10x long, but the price goes down,
you lose money.
Yeah, you're losing money. You're losing 10x your money. But that's what the 10x is.
Dude. All right. Yeah. Good professor.
Real quick. Also, Iggy. There's also, it's not just Tate with Daddy. There's also Iggy with Mother. Now, he did respond. They did a live stream yesterday. I will never sell what was sent to my wallet. I will only burn and buy forever. Diamond hands, you dork. So that's basically what he said. That was my top G impression. That was top D's. Bubble Map also levied allegations of insider trading against the Iggy and Mother team at the end of May, which was promoted by rapper and model, I guess, Iggy Azalea. According to the firm, insiders bought 20% of the Mother supply at launch, and have since they've actually sold $2 million worth of the tokens. And it looks like, furthermore, they transferred funds to other profitable wallets, which collectively earned about $800K by selling 8% of the token supply. Now, no concrete evidence linking these addresses directly to Azalea or her associates. The findings are allegations against wallets belonging to unknown entities based on observed transactional patterns right there. I think if he burns 100 million, though, it's going to be, it'll be infamous. I think people will talk about it for a while. It's $100 million is still $100 million at the end of the day. All right, now, he brought up Ansem. It's one of the crypto Twitter influencers out there. He's basically taking on Andrew and the Daddy community. And here's the short story. Now, Bubble Maps is the one that the article we were just referencing. Bubble Maps is the one finding the wallets, making these links, kind of talking about who's buying what, upon launch before the tweets. And so here's Bubble Maps' assessment of the Andrew Tate story. So Andrew Tate blocks Bubble Maps after the allegations. Andrew Tate then unblocks Bubble Maps and then uses the info to make the mother thread against Ansem, and then Andrew Tate blocks us again. Nice. I'm not going to repeat the language he's using right here. Kind of funny. Now, Iggy was actually at the New York Stock Exchange. This was a couple days ago, or no, this was yesterday, pitching Mother to the people at the New York Stock Exchange.
I mean, how much money have I made you guys today?
Lots.
Lots? Would you say maybe even billions? Perhaps?
Billions.
Do you think I could raise my market cap to 300 by the end of the day?
Of course you can.
Exactly, of course I can.
What's Mother
Of course
market
I
cap
can.
right now? What's Daddy market cap? I'm curious in those two because they're kind of
Mother-
fighting each other. Daddy versus Mother. No, it's taking me back to my childhood. Here we have, and then we're going to talk about Bitcoin now.
She did not hit 300 million.
She did not hit 300 million. Okay.
She is at 163, it looks like right now.
Okay, so she's at 163 million. Now, Daddy isn't on CoinGecko. You got to go to like a deck screener or something like that. Ansem would get his butt kicked by Tate. Well, one was at least UK kickboxing champion. So,
So Mother is 159. And
all right, so
Daddy,
Mother 159, $150 million market
Daddy
cap.
Oh, that's not the right one. How many daddies are there, dude?
It's not Ansem either. It may be the second one. Look for
Daddy
the one with the
Tate?
big, the big
Here it is.
liquidity.
239 million. So Daddy Tate definitely takes, dude, it ran up to like 400. What is that?
What is
300
that
million
fall? It
market
looks
cap?
like it was quite a significant fall. What do we have on the ruler? Ruler right there.
We're down like 36% right now.
That's
34%.
not as bad as some meme coins.
Crashed at 40% at that point. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing too. Like, you guys got to realize, like, this is actually completely healthy in terms of, like, I'm not even, this seems pretty healthy because what you have to realize, guys, is going back to that tweets. Yes, there's going to be early whales. There's nothing, if you ever launch a fair market, there's always going to be early whales. Now, are they inside trading before announcements? Look, I don't know. I can't, that's allegations, but against Izzy and them. And sure, that's very possible. But, I don't look at it any different than our politicians that are sitting on these committees, passing the next tech legislation, and then going in and putting a bunch of puts or calls on the video, right? Like, this is what Nancy Pelosi does on a daily basis. So yes, that's going to take place. But when you get a massive move up, guys like this, we're up how many percent? That went up 770%. Yeah, that made multiple millionaires. Those millionaires are going to take profits.
Mhm.
It's going to wipe out those whales. It's going to distribute the tokens, and then that's when you can go for a next leg higher. What you have to be worried about is Andrew Tate going to stop tweeting about Daddy.
What's that liquidity? Someone's saying liquidity is low.
Liquidity is only 2.3. Yeah, this is trash liquidity.
Yeah,
This is
1%.
trash liquidity. Like, guys, for example, this, you want to see real you want me to show you what
So
real
we
liquidity
roughly a
looks like?
1% right there.
Real liquidity looks like this, where we have we're only at 10 million market cap with 555K liquidity. So if we were
5%.
at
Yeah, 5 times the
250
liquidity.
million, yeah, it would be roughly 10, 15 million
Yeah,
liquidity versus his. So yeah, that's also though going to prevent whales from selling out. But if one whale decides to sell like a $300,000 candle on Daddy, that's where you see a 40% drop. So
All right,
what it
good
is.
stuff there. All right, everybody smash that like Alexander G says right in there. Other people talking about some of the other coins. A lot of coins out there, but there's one coin to rule them all. That's Frodo coin. No, it's the ring coin. No, it's Bitcoin, everybody. Bitcoin drops to $67,000. Where is the next level of support after the $67,000 range? And currently, I just want to know, what is the exact price right now? Bitcoin, 67,363. Maybe finding a little bit of a bottom here, maybe chopping sideways slightly here. Find the article. All right, so currently 67,000, 24-hour volume, over $30 billion. But the hawkish stance of the Fed and stable inflation data pressure the price here. And so this is kind of overshadowing softer consumer inflation figures, pressuring Bitcoin's price. Policymakers predict now just one rate cut in 2024 instead of the 3 that was projected earlier in March, or even 4 before that. The Fed kept interest rates unchanged, with the big March projected to reach 5.1%, suggesting only the one cut. Additionally, they raised its neutral rate forecast to 2.8 from 2.6%. Earlier in the week, Bitcoin, man, it was floating around 71,000 and 69K, and the whales consistently adding to their holdings each day. And then a significant purchase on the 11th coincided with a sharp decline in the price. So then after the 67K, I want to know, what is that price that they're looking at? What is the next level to the downside here? It looks like the next level, 65,985. So it's going to be that little bit of a scam wick below 66K. So 66K, that is the make or break moment for Bitcoin. And then after that, maybe hitting down to some lower levels there. Now, looking here, below off top, a lot of people are saying, is this the top? All these, Andrew Tate, Iggy Azalea at New York Stock Exchange. Is this the top? Well, below off top, by no means over and done. The everything bubble will grow bigger. Bubble where? Below is the market cap to GDP, 1929. So the market cap to the GDP, the market cap of the everything bubble. This is going to be using the Wilshire 5000. If you click right here, Wilshire 5000, a GDP ratio. Wilshire 5000 is simply the market capitalized weighted index, the value of all American stocks traded in the U.S. So this is look at just all the stocks compared to GDP. 1929, right before the Great Depression, we had a major bubble. It was 105%. 2000, that was the dot-com crash. Another major bubble, 138%.
Show my screen as he reads this off because I zoomed in for it so that way you could see. So there's 1929 to the left. We're now at, what did you say, 2000?
Yeah, 2000, that was another bubble. And then 2007, that was another bubble. And then where do we think right now? Current level, 188%. But hey, it's no bubble. Then add on the crypto bubble and private equity bubble. When the recession sets in, the everything bubble will pop. Now, this is GDP ratio. Now, GDP ratio is basically the accumulation of goods, services, everything that we're selling in America. Can we have such a high inflation number? Maybe with some fugazi GDP data. Basically what I'm saying, our data collection and the data sharing from the government is worse than it's ever been. And so maybe this metric, we can't listen to it as much. Because now we're getting just bad data.
Well, what's real and what's not. So I like this chart. So this is one more time for everybody coming, and this is the entire economy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
all American stocks.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what I'm referring to. It's not global. It's just the US based economy. Yeah. So we're not even at the highs of 2022. We're actually just now about to break that, is what this chart is telling us, correct?
Yeah, I could also see we're just trending above and above that line as our inflation rate increases. That means, the next 12 months, it looks like stocks are just doing so great. And then you say, oh, well, that's just, the asset bubble is not so much a bubble. It's just increasing so much because inflation's actually 10%. Yeah. And so a stock doing nothing, absolutely flat. It's a lemonade stand that just sells 10 cups of lemonade every single day. And the next day it's 10. The day after that, it's 10. Well, the value of that will go up 10% a year because of inflation, but the real value of the lemonade stand is basically constant. It's not really changing. And so I think there's an element of our inflation is just so bad, that line is just going to kind of trend upwards. Well, speaking of trending upward lines here, this is
bullish.
This is really, really bullish. This is what we're looking at on the bottom here. Bitcoin blow off top only happens after the 4-week CMF, and that's going to be the Chaikin money flow. More on that in a second, once it breaks this line. And so just want to look at the chart, then we'll look at Chaikin money flow. Broke the line, parabolic green area. It's maybe switch to the other screen so we can see the line on the bottom. Or take me away. Take the windows away. Boom. All right. So, boom. We cross the line. Very, very bullish. Cross the line here. Very, very bullish. Cross the line here. Pretty damn bullish, everybody. Kind of almost got there. And we just crossed the line again. And now are we going to have that parabolic bullish top that everybody wants? Chaikin money flow, it's just a money flow. It's looking at a weighted average of 21 days. So looks at all the money flowing in the past 21 days. And are we above or below that 21-day moving average? So now we're deep in accumulation zone, and that typically suggests parabolic bull run is on the cards, everybody. Now, anybody who has 0 Bitcoin really missing the asymmetric bet I've just seen. This is Lawrence Leopard, not from Leopards Ate My Face.
One other thing I will say about Bitcoin that I think people don't understand, and this is part of the innovation that's really important. Think about Bitcoin's a commodity, right? The SEC said it's a commodity. It is a commodity. One coin's the same as the next. Okay, fine. Every commodity in the world, if you increase its price, the supply goes up. If gold went to $10,000 tomorrow, we'd mine more gold. If corn went up, if oil went to $300 a barrel, we'd drill for more oil. You would get more, higher price, you would get more.
So basically, as something increases, the production increases. Gold goes up a whole lot. Guess what? You start firing up every single gold mining equipment you got. You start hiring people off the street. You got people that were urinating on a sidewalk yesterday. They're digging for gold tomorrow. And so as gold goes up, you produce more. Corn, you grow more.
No matter where the price of Bitcoin goes, the issuance schedule is set. There's not going to be any more. It comes out, every block is, 6.25 coins right now, soon to be half of that. So, that's unique. And I, as a result of that, the world has never seen anything that really kind of looks like this, which is why, Ronnie Stofferly had a great chart on it. Showed, Bitcoin from inception has grown at 145% compound annually, and it's got a lower Sharpe ratio than any other asset.
So this is a good thought experiment. We create more of the other things as the price goes up. We either drill for more, we drill for more oil. We start finding different ways to find oil. Now we're fracking, pulling it from the water, pulling it from Alaskan wilderness, goes up. Hey, we start all of a sudden, the policymakers are like, before that big swath of land was not open for oil drilling, but look at the price of a barrel. They just rip it up and say, drill, baby, drill. You cannot do that with Bitcoin. You can't drill, baby, drill for Bitcoin. If anything, Bitcoin gets cut in half every 4 years. So it's honestly a diminishing supply hitting the market on a daily issuance level there. Bitcoin whales buying as the markets panic.
Yep.
$950 million worth of Bitcoin is leaving exchanges. This is pointed out by Ali Martinez. And this is just over the last couple days. This is the exchange reserve, keeping track of the total amount of Bitcoin currently sitting on the wallets of all centralized exchange. Now, here's the chart that shows the trend of the exchange reserve over the past few months. Well, Josh, I feel like I'm seeing a supply shock on the horizon here. Now, what is a supply shock for those who don't know?
A supply shock, for anybody that doesn't know, is when you, of course, have no supply but a ton of demand. So if everybody wants to buy something, but that something doesn't exist, the value of the very few that do exist goes up exponentially. So a supply shock comes when, of course, Bitcoin's leaving exchanges. There's less Bitcoin than ever, but there is more people that want to buy Bitcoin than ever.
Yeah. And look at this. We're at a multi-year low. There's a lot going on with this. I look like I'm looking at a puddle of water with some oil splashed on it. But this line right here, kind of hard. You kind of see it follow along. It's the red line. This is the amount of Bitcoin. Last time we were this low, 2021, almost 3 years ago. So very, very low amounts. Breaking MicroStrategy, surprise, surprise, and least surprising news ever. They're going to raise $500 million in a stock sale to buy more Bitcoin. He really has found the cheat code for money printing. It's like the GTA code where all of a sudden you have $1 billion. He's like doing that in real life. It's like, buy more stock. I buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up, stock goes up. So I sell more stock, create more stock, buy more Bitcoin, just kind of cyclically repeats there. Bitcoin miners, who's selling? It's the miners. They only sold, though, $83 million. So what were we looking at for the purchase? 985 million. I took it back there. Was it 985? What's the number there? Looking at $950 million worth.
So whales ate it up.
Ate it up. The miners not even selling 10%. They're selling like 8.5% there. Energy dominance. This is a pretty cool thing. Energy dominance equals hash rate dominance. So if you got a lot of energy, that means you can mine a lot of Bitcoin, or you earn a lot of the hash rate. So all the computers all over the globe, you got the dominance. You're dominating it, and that will equal economic dominance. Countries that embrace Bitcoin mining will become the next economic superpowers. There's no such thing as a low-energy, rich country. Look at Norway, just crushing it up there with their geothermal. Now, what are your thoughts about that? As energy trends towards free, it's gonna the cost is going lower and lower. Is that just gonna mean more and more people mining Bitcoin?
It could, but I don't also see a world where energy is free in decades. That's not something I'm necessarily thinking about yet. Right now, I'm thinking about just lowering those costs, but I'm not even thinking about lowering the costs in the sense of it's going to be cheaper for people. I think it's going to be just higher GDP for like both states and countries, or just your local community, because you could set up these Bitcoin miners effectively at landfills, which can help mitigate carbon emissions, etc. But it also creates job growth. So at a minimal scale, but it does, and it's also turning a net waste into a net value, which is going to relate to a higher GDP and more spending in the economy and etc. So there's a lot of value to it, from stabilizing power grids to reducing flare emissions to fixing landfills, etc. but I don't know the impact on it. I don't think we're going to see a free energy market at all. That sounds like a movie where you watch, certain 3-letter agencies start stepping in and making sure that reality doesn't exist. So,
I can see that coming in. But unless they control, there will be infrastructure costs with batteries and such. And, can the power companies prevent you from selling your extra energy to the grid? That could be a major hurdle that they do have to pass. But with geothermal and solar and everything, and just the accumulation of solar cells, it is trending cheaper and cheaper. Also, fusion, who knows, or fission 50 years from now. Brought up a good point. Guys, the supply shock isn't real yet. There's still 1.3 million Bitcoin on exchanges. The graph is very misleading. Yeah, they basically are showing a snapshot from the top of the graph. Really, the zero Bitcoin is like way below here. Here's where we're looking at the graph. Zero Bitcoin's way below it on this side. Joe Biden, I saw, was it Chart Daddy in there was talking about this. Joe Biden's administration suing Coinbase. So we got the Biden administration suing Coinbase, but at the same time using Coinbase for crypto donations. What? Make it make sense. So they're seeking crypto donations via Coinbase despite an ongoing SEC lawsuit against the exchange. The contradictory stance on donations and legal actions is raising skepticism within the crypto community. And so aiming to appeal to the crypto community, the outcome of these efforts could impact the outlook of the upcoming presidential race in November. The team reportedly plans to accept crypto donations through the Coinbase Commerce platform. A source familiar with the matter mentioned that the team is focusing on crypto-related issues. They're also seeking fast resolutions to demonstrate their support for the industry. We're trying to show that they're not the enemy. They're trying to show, hey, we're the good guys here. The move follows another crypto-related campaign from Biden. Being in Crypto reported that Biden began engaging with the crypto industry players in late May as part of his re-election campaign. He aimed to understand the crypto community and policy moving forward. It is a little hypocritical, Josh, to sue Coinbase through the SEC at the same time using Coinbase for donations.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden sucks. So that's all we have to say there. I mean, when you're on a stage and someone goes like, what are your thoughts on their pro-crypto stance? It's like, okay, yeah, this guy put this person into a position of power, which is the SEC with Gary Gensler. This was determined by the executive branch. And then you then turn around after suing them and saying, hey, actually, we're open to crypto donations. We need to use your platform. It makes no sense. And it just shows that there's a huge regulatory overreach that the current administration, the current status quo, wanted to try to kind of break up so that way they could, whether it was establish a CBDC or push in more KYC or AML that actually has zero effect. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's hundreds of millions and billions of dollars that goes into AML and KYC. And the amount that they actually convert and the amount they actually save from bad actors is minuscule. It's a waste of money. So this is why we need blockchain and transparency and tokenization so we can effectively see where our taxpayer dollars are actually finally going to. We can see if it's actually supporting the economy in a good way rather than just profiting, these American oligarchs. They always talk about Russian oligarchs. What about the American oligarchs? And I'm going to go on a tangent that we may not be able to do on YouTube, but it's exhausting in this current administration. I'm sorry, this isn't a political issue. This is just a fact. This is a issue against crypto. Sucks. That's where I stand on it.
People talking about what do you think of the ASI token? I was looking at that yesterday. I don't know if this is true or not. I've heard there's some issues behind the scenes that's why they're moving the goalpost there. It's not the ETH tokens converting, it's the ADA tokens, the AGIX tokens converting.
Jay Shelton goes, Biden doesn't remember that. Yeah, he doesn't remember suing them. Okay, so my bad, guys. You're right, Shelton. We gotta factor in the medical conditions here. That's on me.
Did say he was too senile to stand trial.
There's an ASI video coming out this.
Oh, that's right. You filmed the script.
ASI comes out this weekend.
Turn on notifications if you want to learn more about the ASI. We got a big deep dive. I forgot about that. Now, Frog or FRG77 had a take on this tweet right here. Imagine donating Bitcoin to an administration that was so anti-Bitcoin. Bitcoin gives you freedom to transact and freedom to be stupid with it too. FRG, imagine donating your sats to any politician. I mean, is there a time where it's not terrible to donate to a politician? I would say on a local level for sure.
There's nothing wrong with donating to politicians. You just got to know what your donation's doing. Coming from, I've dabbled, I guess you'd say, in that world of lobbying, and it's like you got to realize most politicians are insanely cheap. So the one, you'll see a lot of dark money that is, or too much money. When someone's donating too much money, there's usually a lot more happening behind the scenes. It's all political money, and it's being used for political gain from both the corporation front and the politician front.
What if oil companies like Burisma pay you? I probably shouldn't even say that. I'm just saying that.
Already suspicious. But the thing is like they've embedded into, you can actually donate anonymously in these markets. And so crypto opens up a whole path to this. We saw it with SBF, right? You have Maxine Waters taking, tons and tons and tons and tons of money from SBF. And it's like, they're not going to face any repercussions on this. So for actually donating to your campaign members, it is smart because on a local scale, you can actually donate to help someone's boost. They need the money. They're going to use it primarily all for campaigning. And this is where the sad truth is in these markets, guys. There's not a single American out there that can win the presidential election unless they have money these days. You have to pay for that marketing. So if someone has twice as much money than you and is marketing more effectively than you, it's almost near impossible for you to actually win.
So my local sheriff race is really, really contentious. Apparently there's allegations that there's two sheriffs running. One of the sheriffs follows women home and is like sitting outside their house at all times. And like it's in a Facebook group and all these women have come forward. And so, yeah, donating $10,000 in that election would have a massive impact, just, spreading that narrative. But if you donate $10,000 to a presidential election, it literally does nothing. It's like... Yeah. Basically nothing. A lot
of your initial donations, but it may not be nothing. Like honestly, $3,000. If you donate, it could be even $1,000. If you're going to like your local representatives that you believe, hey, this person in 8 years from now, this is how embedded politics are. Is people are placing their bets early, putting $3,000 into 9 different candidates, 9 different governors, 9 different politicians, because just in case they are able to be put in that position of presidency or Congress in 4 years or 8 years, you're now known as the guy that first donated to this person's political career.
Or you're big enough you donate to everybody. All right, Coinbase CEO met with senators in D.C. to discuss creating clear rules for the crypto industry. This is Brian Armstrong. We do happen to match, haircuts here, but there's another photo that I wanted to share. This is the photo from the back. That's the back of Brian Armstrong's head there. That's for people who know. It's
not Jeff Bezos.
That's not Buff Bezos there. No, that's from Hitman. That's the Hitman video game. Yeah, he's turning into like a machine, man. A big shout out to Brian Armstrong. Terraform Labs settled with the SEC for $4.4 billion.
What's up with the fours?
Yeah, what is up with the fours?
What's up with the fours?
CZ, 4 months. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that $4 billion.
$4 billion?
Terraform Labs. My question, though, where is the $4 billion going to come with? Or where's it going to come from?
Oh, they're going to repay their investors? All the people that lost the billions of dollars?
No. Well, no, they got to pay daddy government first.
Oh, so we'll never see that money.
Yeah. So, Nick, what are you going to say?
Wait, is it $4 billion?
So it's broken down. So they'll have to pay $3.5 billion plus interest, along with a $420 million penalty. Quan's going to pay $204 million of that, $100 million disgorgement interest, and an $80 million penalty right there. So they got to pay. Who's getting the money?
Ukraine.
Wow.
Whoa. Hey.
It's
Israel. No.
Zelensky. Do you have an APAC guy? No.
Okay,
so
guys,
no. It's the SEC. It is the SEC is getting the money. So it's going to Goldman Gary Gensler. That is who's getting the money. So who's spread too thin right now? The SEC. Who needs to hire a bunch of lawyers so they can fight a bunch of crypto companies? The SEC. Who is losing every crypto case that is being finalized? The SEC. So they're saying, please give us $4 billion so we can use that as a bad actor in the crypto space there. Looking here, DPEN. This is from Franklin Templeton Digital Assets there. Franklin Templeton, ETF issuer. DPEN, now they're posting about decentralized physical infrastructure networks, traction and supply, and early signs of increasing demand. And folks, I want to talk about the increasing demand for cold storage out there. We do have a code DC10. Go to getarculus.com. Help you safely secure, store, buy, swap, send, and receive crypto with a simple tap. Like Josh says, it looks sexy. Looks like a card. It's not some dorky USB stick that, you take a girl out on a date, you pull the USB stick out, she thinks you're a D&G, a dork, a nerd, a geek. Pull out the card, though, you look cool. All right, DPEN, though, you got Franklin Templeton posting about this. DPEN, traction and supply and early signs of increasing demand. So they're talking about DPEN is going to have essentially, let's just go ahead and say it. DPen's going to have another bull run, everybody. They bring up Honey, Hive Mapper. Now, Nick, you've talked about Hive Mapper in the past, right?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Honey here?
Okay. I got a Hive Mapper.
Okay. You had a bad customer experience, correct?
Extreme. I ordered it in December of 23. It literally just arrived this week. And I demanded a refund twice and they didn't give it to me. They just shipped me this stupid thing.
So you want to get like much lower in the bear market, maybe not the bottom of the bear market, but you're trying to, obviously it was cheaper or not cheaper, but it was a better time to mine December 23 than it is today.
So they've totally like cock blocked my earning potential. I'm mad at them, but I'm giving it a fair shake. I will do a review. It will be on Blockchain Basement. I'm going to give them a fair shake. You can't even buy the damn mapper that I have anymore. They upgraded it. So I'm annoyed with them. But
I remember that. The
Helium phone, like the Helium network I have on my Solana phone is actually very, very good.
Yeah.
It's
we
like
live
5G.
in a crowded area. If you're rural Kansas, maybe it's not the best product, but if you're in a town with, tens of thousands or a million people, it's a pretty good product.
You can get a plan to where it uses the AT&T network as a backup.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. All right. Now, DPen, if you want to go to CoinGecko, you can find the DPen category here. We're just going to kind of look at some of the projects. Render kind of falls under AI, also falls under DPen. Render is a good coin. Filecoin, not bad. The Graph, Arweave, Theta. Josh, any of these, shouting out at you that you say, you know what, I do like that project there.
Render.
You do like Render?
Render, ASI is probably going to be the biggest one I'm going to end up buying. I'll probably buy a massive bag of ASI, but I'm not going to buy a massive bag till after it launches, because after the merger takes place, I expect some massive issues. I think there's never a successful merger. And even when there is a successful merger, they still, to buy the rumor, sell the news event. So I want to see that pullback come from that. And that's when I'm going to jump in on a lot of these projects. I've been pretty big on that. Past that, though, would be, man, we have to scroll down on here. There's
number 330.
Where's Octaspace? Octaspace, I've been really wanting to pick up. It has one of the best charts out of any single project. It hasn't had any pullback
whatsoever. You can
whatsoever.
actually use it right now. Like you can rent
Exactly.
the GPU compute power right now.
Okay, both of y'all. I put this on my radar. I want to know about this one.
Octaspace is probably one of the most bullish DPen
What's the market cap?
55 million.
Still low.
It's still low.
You can mine
looks
the
like
token.
I've been wanting a pullback, and it's just one of those products like Ondo that just never did.
It reminds me of Caspa.
Octaspace, for you guys that don't know, kind of does what everything Render promises to do, but already does it. And so this thing is, I think, actually, Nick, you're mining this, correct?
I was mining it hardcore. You need the hash rate's gone up so much, you kind of need like an ASIC right now, but it would be one like
that's a good sign, actually.
We should get one for the office because it will rip.
Yeah, we should honestly. I'm 100% down to that because we can do some content on it.
Yep.
But yeah, they are doing things right. And their project, the only thing that separates them from Render is their marketing. And so I think not only that might be why their price is so sustainable though. So they are starting to grow. There is a decent amount of marketing behind it, but the only separation between this and a Render is really just comes.
So it's like
marketing.
long-term buyers, basically. It's like believers in the project that are buying that don't have any.
Yeah,
quick
Octaspace
flip
doesn't
intentions.
have a CEO that's been on stage with Jensen. That's the separation here. That's a
So
separation.
people are saying fetch is down. I also like World Mobile Token, WMT. That's a mobile play on the Cardano network, but they're also reaching out. I want to say it was Polkadot. And folks, I'm going to do a Polkadot stream later this afternoon, 1:30. There's some Polkadot gaming stuff that I wanted to share. If we look at that chart doesn't look terrible either. That's quite the accumulation zone. If we look at market cap, yeah, they have API issues. It looks like they don't know what the real market cap was around there. But yeah, we're now a little bit below the previous all-time high. So it looks like, definitely still room to run on that one. But when you go that 3 month, I mean, I can't help but see a little bit of a accumulation here. So yeah, World Mobile Token would be my mid cap play. Now, if you want a small cap, like crazy small market cap, Iagon, really, really low. It's on sale today. This market cap is only 33, but I really like that $50 million play.
Have you seen IO.net?
I have not.
I just pulled this up. This just launched.
Yep. Yeah, we did this on the basement a couple days ago.
Okay, what is this?
We're still talking about Curve.
So watch this. Click on 24-hour
Curve
volume.
is coming.
There's something bigger than Render right now. And that is going to be $1.6 billion worth of volume, and that is IO. IO.net. So IO.net, is it bigger than Render? It just launched at a bigger market cap. 100x more GPUs than major competitors. So they're flexing. They're flexing on Render here. Partner with Solana, Aptos, and the Render network, though.
Quick thoughts on Aether. God, there's that coin name is like used by so many different things. Aether. I don't know if you want to look up Aether real quick while I cover Curve.
Yeah, well, go for it.
All right. Well, Curve Finance founder. So there's a founder of Curve. He uses Curve. I would say that's a good thing. You want the Nike founder to wear Nikes, not Adidas. So Curve founder suffered a massive liquidation while using Curve. His holdings dropped $34 million after he previously took out a $100 million stablecoin loan backed by $141 million worth of Curve. And so a sharp decline in the price of Curve caused the founder, Michael Egorov, the founder of Curve Finance, to suffer tens of millions of dollars in liquidations after borrowing nearly $100 million. So on-chain analytics team, Looks On Chain, we like Looks On Chain, they flagged his collateral across he's spreading it around, 4 lending protocols had just been reduced to $33.9 million worth of Curve, backing $20 million in debts and being forced into liquidation. Arkham also on this. He'd previously used $141 million worth of this token to back basically $100 million stablecoin loan. But the problem is, if this $140 million went below a certain value, you have to pay back the loan or just straight up liquidate you. Well, Arkham noted that $50 million worth of the loans were taken out in the form of a Curve USD from Lamalin, exhausting the pool and resulting in annual interest of roughly 120%. Arkham warned that a 10% drop in price would place his positions in liquidations. Well, then it dropped 20%. Remember, it only needed to drop 10% to liquidate them, and then dropped 20% in the past 24 hours, triggering many of positions to enter liquidation zone. Curve now down 40% over the past 7 days. Also a $5 million liquidation on an Uwu lend. The Curve founder has made repayments on Inverse to stave off further losses. So the current state suggests that around 78% of his holdings have been liquidated to pay down his debt so far. Someone was saying the amount that the cost to borrow that was just insane. So the same month he sold Curve for $46 million to pay down the majority of his debts on Aave and other protocols. So that man was doing a lot of DeFi. That was a DeFi rat right there, but in the tunes of $100 million. But yeah, that is the problem with some of these liquid staking derivatives. You start giving some assets. Just be careful anything outside of Bitcoin, and even Bitcoin. Be very careful depending on what part of the market. Now, you said you had some.
Yeah, so Aether, everybody's gonna be talking about it because they just had a huge KOL round. I was not a part of this, but Aether is going to be. It's a good shot at a decentralized cloud infrastructure for Web3 gaming. So again, it's going to fall under the DePIN category. This is going to be following the your Octopus, your Render, that aspect of the industry. And so going with the DePIN, I think is going to help with the marketing here. Distributed GPU cloud infrastructure for gaming and AI, and they're launching their gaming platform here soon, and they're backed by Animoca Brands. So there is a big gaming chance here that we could see a successful project be developed out of this. However, I have to say and you guys know this, I hate Gala games. I hate Gala games. It has the worst. I hate Gala. Gala is absolutely dog shit. And if anybody is still a part of that founding team that actually took advantage of the investors and bought a private jet and just continuously steal and ruin their investors, honestly, I hope the worst things happen to you.
But hey, when we're Kings of Leon was at their show and they played the Fire song.
Well, that still doesn't make them good.
I was bullish.
You almost got me there. No, but the token vesting on here, I think Aether has the chance to be that next studio here. But when we look at the tokenomics here, currently sitting at what is the overall market cap? $310 million market cap. This is where I have the issue. FDV. Guess what the FDV is?
Fully diluted value is tree fitty.
3.45 billion.
Ooh.
So less than 10% of the supply is circulating. There's only a liquidity pool of about 8.8 million. And with the KOL and the teams and the investors, guys, what I would really want to see is the dilution here. And how you do that is by simply going to their token unlock. So it looks like you are pretty safe if you're getting into this for the bull run. But after 12 months becomes a pretty significant cliff.
Oh.
After 8 months, you have season 2 for a 25% unlock of their airdrops. And their airdrop is, I think, like 5 or 6% of the supply. So we're probably looking at around the 12-month ratio. About 10% of the supply just started to drain into the economy. And then you start getting this massive dilution effect. So I don't want to be that guy, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
You're not that guy. Trust me.
I'm that guy.
Are you that guy?
I'm that guy right now. This is going to be a Gala Games in the next bear market. It's going to be a bunch of dilution, 18-month cliffs. Then you have 36 months of linear. So there's going to be just a mass amount of unlocks after about 12 to 18 months. So if you're going to trade this, it is for the bull run. They have strong KOLs. They have strong marketing. But again, just realize there is a massive unlocking.
Well,
coming.
smash that like if you're that guy. Are you that guy? Trust me.
You're not
if you
that
think
guy.
you're that guy, smash that like.
You're not that
Am I that guy?
You're not that
Look.
guy. Trust me.
Reverse Josh index. If that worked for you, man, you'd have, well, you would have actually bought.
Yeah, we
at
got
50
reverse Kramer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're actually wrecked.
He's like, you know what? Actually, go ahead,
keep
Sack
doing
Nasty.
it. He
Go
needs
ahead.
extra liquidity.
He's sell the top again.
Speaking of extra liquidity, you got the most famous bear. Now, Nick, I don't think we front ran this. Who's the most famous bear in crypto? Not Savvy.
Most famous bear in crypto.
Oh, easy. Garris Holloway?
No, that's close.
Okay.
Capo.
Oh, yeah.
Capo.
yeah.
It's Capo.
Yep,
It's
yep,
Ca-
yep.
I would say a lot of people agree Capo, famous bear. He's famously bearish. He's like bearish. Bitcoin falls 16K, he was bearish. But this famous bear Capo flipped bullish on a certain altcoin. We were literally just talking about it. I should have pulled this up. He is now bullish on Render. And so I just want to throw that out there. We got the famous bear bullish on Render.
We're not buying any Bitcoin.
Sell
all your Render bags.
That's it. Done.
That's it, folks. It's a wrap.
It's a zero.
It is a wrap on this show as well. We had a great time. Thank you for joining. Hit that like button. And folks, if you are subscribed, maybe turn on notifications. We're going to go live. We're going to be talking about Polkadot later. Josh has a really, really good video this weekend on ASI. That's why the notifications are important. So you can see that when that happens. Front run the news. We've been trying to give you guys a lot of good calls. A lot of our trades been doing good. A lot of our buys have been doing good. Even on the red days, we'll get the coins that are doing pretty decent, everybody. And you know what? That's a shout out to the Litecoin community. It's your day too. Hit that like button on the way out.
Kramer wants to reverse Iggy.
Whoa.
What do you mean? Explain in depth.